Can you really learn English while sitting and doing nothing? Not really. English is not something you memorize once and suddenly become fluent in. It's something you build slowly by listening, reading, repeating, making mistakes, and using the language every single day. Welcome to Sleepy English. On this channel, we'll improve your English step by step with relaxing videos designed to help you learn naturally and consistently. So, get comfortable and let's begin. People always ask the same question: what's the fastest way to learn English? And honestly, most people are asking the wrong question. Because English is not something you magically download into your brain one day. You don't wake up fluent after watching 3 motivational videos or buying an expensive course. Language learning is much more simple than that, but also much more active. You cannot learn English just by sitting and waiting. You learn it by using it. You learn it by hearing it again and again, by searching words you don't understand, by repeating sentences out loud, by writing notes, by making mistakes, by getting confused, and then slowly understanding more than you understood yesterday. That's how real learning works. A lot of people spend months studying English without actually touching the language in real life. They watch grammar videos all day, memorize random rules, and then panic when they hear a native speaker talk normally for 10 seconds. Why? Because English is not only grammar. English is exposure. Think about it this way. If someone wants to learn basketball, can they do it only by reading rules? Of course not. They have to touch the ball, practice, miss shots, and play the game. Language is the same. You need contact with English every single day. Not once a week, not only when you feel motivated. Every day. Even 20 or 30 minutes daily is more powerful than studying 5 hours once a month. Consistency changes the brain. Your brain learns languages through repetition. When you hear the same words, sentence patterns, and sounds again and again, your brain slowly starts recognizing them automatically. That's why listening is extremely important. A lot of learners avoid listening because they think, I don't understand anything. But that is exactly why you should listen. Nobody understands everything at the beginning. When babies learn their first language, they spend months listening before speaking clearly. Your brain needs time to adapt to the sounds of English too. So, instead of getting angry when you don't understand, get used to the feeling. Confusion is part of learning. If you listen regularly, something interesting starts happening. At first, English sounds too fast. Then one day, you suddenly recognize a sentence, a familiar word, a phrase you learned before. Then another, and another. Little by little, your ears improve. That's why passive exposure matters. Listen to English while walking, cleaning your room, resting, or before sleeping. Your brain notices patterns even when you are not fully focused. But listening alone is not enough. You also need active learning. For example, when you hear a new word, don't just say, "Oh, nice word." Search it. Look at example sentences. Check how people actually use it. Write it down somewhere. Maybe in a notebook, maybe in your phone notes. It doesn't matter. The important thing is interaction, because your brain remembers things better when you actively do something with the information. And please, stop trying to memorize giant vocabulary lists with 500 random words. That usually fails. Instead, learn words through context. If you learn the word hungry inside the sentence, "I'm really hungry right now," your brain connects emotion, meaning, and usage together. Sentences are more powerful than isolated words. Another important thing, repeat words and sentences out loud. Yes, out loud. A lot of learners study silently for years and then wonder why speaking feels impossible. Speaking is a physical skill too. Your mouth needs practice. Your tongue needs practice. English sounds may feel strange at first, and that's normal. The more you repeat, the more natural it becomes. You don't need perfect pronunciation immediately. You just need practice. And don't wait until you feel ready to speak. Most people never feel ready. Confidence usually comes after practice, not before it. Another mistake people make is depending too much on motivation. Motivation is temporary. Some days you'll feel excited, some days you won't want to study at all, and that's normal. The people who improve are not the people with endless motivation. They are the people who continue even when they feel lazy. Discipline is stronger than motivation. Create a simple routine, maybe 10 minutes listening, 10 minutes reading, 10 minutes reviewing words. Simple. You do not need a perfect study plan. You need repetition. And don't compare yourself to other learners online. Some people hide how long they studied. Some people already had advantages. Some people only show their best moments. Your progress is your progress. Language learning is not a race. Also, stop being afraid of mistakes. Seriously. Mistakes are proof that you are trying. People who never make mistakes usually never practice enough. You do not need perfect grammar to communicate. Even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes. Communication matters more than perfection. If someone understands your message, that's already progress. Another thing that helps a lot is consuming content you actually enjoy. Don't force yourself to read boring textbook conversations forever. Watch videos you like. Listen to topics you care about. Read stories, comments, interviews, or simple articles that interest you. When you enjoy the content, your brain pays more attention. And attention improves memory. This is also why many people improve faster when they stop treating English like a school subject and start treating it like part of daily life. Because English is everywhere now. Music, games, movies, YouTube, social media, podcasts. You can surround yourself with English without traveling anywhere. But again, you must participate actively. Don't just consume endlessly. Pause videos, repeat sentences, search unknown words, take notes, review old words again. Reviewing is extremely important, by the way. People often learn something once and then never look at it again. After a few days, they forget most of it. And that's normal. Memory needs repetition. So, revisit old vocabulary, read your notes again, test yourself. Use old words and new sentences. The more times your brain sees information, the stronger the memory becomes. And one more thing, be patient with yourself. A language is not built in 1 week. Sometimes your progress feels invisible. Sometimes it feels like you're stuck. But even during those moments, your brain is still adapting little by little. Learning often happens quietly. Then suddenly one day, you realize you understood an entire video. Or you answered without translating in your head. Or you read something naturally for the first time. Those moments are amazing. But they come from small daily effort. Not magic. Not talent. Effort repeated many times. So, if you truly want to learn English, remember this. Don't just sit there hoping English will enter your brain automatically. Interact with the language. Listen constantly. Read regularly. Repeat words. Search meanings. Write notes. Review often. Speak even when you feel embarrassed. And most importantly, continue. Because people who keep going always improve eventually. And before this video ends, there is one important thing you need to understand. English is usually built on 4 main skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. If one of these skills is weak, your overall English becomes weaker too. That's why improving in only one area is not enough. Maybe you can understand videos very well, but you can't speak confidently. Maybe you know grammar, but writing still feels difficult. Maybe you read English easily, but listening feels too fast. That's completely normal. Each skill needs separate practice. And that's exactly why on this channel, I'll also make separate videos focused on each one of these skills individually. Videos for listening practice, videos for speaking improvement, videos to help your reading, and videos focused on writing naturally in English. Because real improvement happens when all 4 skills grow together. So, if you want to build your English step by step, make sure you stay consistent, keep practicing daily, and continue learning with me in the next videos. And if you want detailed videos about how to improve each of these 4 main skills, reading, writing, listening, and speaking, make sure you subscribe and stay tuned, because I'll be creating separate videos for all of them very soon. If this video helped you, don't forget to like the video and support the channel. And most importantly, keep going. Your English improves every time you interact with the language.